even if you cannot, and you understand this, make somebody sign something under duress.
Pooh Shiesty is now facing major federal charges that could send him away for a very long time. CCTV footage reportedly shows him in a heated moment with Gucci Mane inside a Dallas recording studio. Behind that calm face and million-dollar smile, Shiesty might have been moving in ways nobody saw coming, plotting something that shook the whole team. What's about to come out shows just how wild this story really is. The footage that's got the entire industry talking hints at a setup more twisted than anyone expected, and we're about to break down every shocking detail. This isn't just gossip, it's a real story that's been shaking the streets. We're diving deep into how trust fell apart inside that Dallas studio. And believe me, this story is gonna have you side-eyeing everything you thought you knew about these rappers. Before we get too deep, let's keep it real. Talk's been flying around about Gucci Mane getting caught up in something crazy, Pooh Shiesty possibly heading back into custody, and tension between 1017 and CMG heating up fast. Social media's been going wild, people spreading rumors, half-truths, and full-on fabrications. But we're here to separate the truth from the talk, the facts from the fakes. And don't get it twisted, this ain't just another internet rumor. We've heard from people close to the situation, industry voices, and insiders who claim to have been right there in that Dallas studio when it all went down. We got proof, we got witnesses, and allegedly, there's even footage showing how everything unfolded.
Even if you cannot, and you understand this, make somebody sign something under duress, right?
You can.
No, you can't.
Will it be respected in a court of law? That's up for debate.
So now what just happened, if you did do this, let's say this happened.
Yeah.
Now Gucci got the power to put your ass on the shelf.
But here's where it really gets wild. This ain't just about some street situation. This looks like a huge power move that's been building for years, involving some of the biggest names in Southern hip-hop. Let's rewind for a sec so it all makes sense. Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti's tension didn't just pop up overnight. It's been brewing for years, and it all started over some personal business that cut deep. Back when Gucci was locked up around 2014, talk started spreading that Yo Gotti was getting a little too close to Gucci's girl. Yeah, real close, if you know what that means. For anyone who doesn't know, we're talking about Keisha Kaur, who's now Gucci's wife. The word on the street was that Gotti was trying to make moves while Gucci was still serving time. That kind of timing had everyone talking. It was seen as straight-up disrespect. Most people wouldn't let something like that slide, but Gucci didn't react the usual way. Instead of going back and forth with diss tracks, he played it smart. He went for a business win. Gucci started pulling up in Memphis, showing love to the local scene, scouting rising talent, investing in young artists, and signing up the hottest names before CMG could even blink. This wasn't just business, it was personal strategy disguised as music industry moves. What Gucci was really doing looked like next-level talent blocking. You don't always sign an artist just because you want them. You sign them so your rival can't. It's like scooping up all the best players in free agency just to keep them off the other team. And Gucci was playing this game like a true strategist, thinking 5 steps ahead. Memphis has always been known for producing real, gritty talent. Legends like 3 6 Mafia, Project Pat, and later Yo Gotti himself made the city a powerhouse. But Gucci saw an opening, a chance to shake things up and slow down his rival's rise right at home. That's when Gucci crossed paths with Pooh Shiesty, a young, hungry artist from Memphis with that raw, unfiltered energy that reminded Gucci of his own come-up. Shiesty had that signature Memphis sound, bold, confident, and straight from the heart. He was exactly what Gucci wanted. Talented enough to take over the charts, authentic enough to represent Memphis, and loyal enough, or so Gucci believed, to ride for 1017 all the way. When Gucci first heard Shiesty's music, he knew this was something special. The kid had presence, flow, and a natural charisma that couldn't be faked. Gucci saw big potential, success, and strategy all in one move. But deep down, there was one big warning sign that got overlooked from the start. The name Shiesty literally hints at someone slick, someone who moves in silence and can't always be trusted. And if you really listen to his tracks, he's constantly talking about betrayal, payback, and doing whatever it takes to climb to the top. Songs like Back in Blood weren't just music, they sounded like pages straight from his real life. Gucci should have paid attention to those lyrics, because they weren't just rhymes, they were warnings of what might come next. For a while though, everything looked perfect. Pooh Shiesty became 107's biggest breakout since Gucci himself, bringing in major money for the label. Tracks like Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk would top in charts, pulling in hundreds of millions of streams and turning him into a household name. His shows were packed, his merch was selling out everywhere, and he quickly became the face of the new Memphis wave. Gucci was clearly winning the quiet battle against Gotti. He had Memphis's hottest new artist on his side. Every time Shiesty performed in his hometown, every time he repped 107 in interviews, it was a bold statement that 107 was running the game. Gucci had managed to bring in one of Memphis's brightest stars right from under Gotti's radar. When Shiesty finally got released to the halfway house, the whole hip-hop world was watching closely. Everyone expected him to come back stronger, grateful, focused, and ready to rebuild everything with Gucci. Fans were hyped for his comeback. Gucci was ready to turn that comeback into a success story, and the industry was waiting to see the next big move. But behind the scenes, something totally unexpected was already brewing. People close to the situation claimed that Shiesty might have been in quiet contact with folks from CMG while he was still locked up. Not directly with Gotti, that would have been too obvious, but through go-betweens who could pass messages and test the waters. And according to what our sources say, things got way more complicated than anyone expected. First up, we had C.I. Nash trying to shape the story. Nash came out saying that Shiesty wasn't even in the studio when Gucci supposedly got hit, that it was just some of his people who took Gucci's watch and ring. Nash was clearly trying to make Shiesty look innocent, especially since he's on federal supervision, staying in a halfway house. Any slip-up could have landed him right back behind bars to finish his time and possibly face more trouble. Nash knows how this industry works, so he was trying to build a believable cover for Shiesty while still admitting something happened that night. But his story didn't quite fit together. If Shiesty really wasn't there, how did his people even know Gucci's location? How did they know the exact studio and timing? And why would anyone risk going after someone as respected and connected as Gucci Mane, just for jewelry? The whole thing sounded shaky. Then out of nowhere, Tasha K came in and dropped some serious info that made the situation sound way deeper than a simple setup. According to her industry contacts, who have major reach, this wasn't just a random grab and go.
According to what's being said, this wasn't just some simple setup. It was reportedly a full-blown scheme that had been in the works for weeks, maybe even months. Tasha K claimed that one of her inside sources told her Gucci Mane was allegedly tricked and pressured into signing documents that would end his 1017 deal. Not robbed, but allegedly forced into a situation way deeper than anyone thought. Word around the industry is that Pooh Shiesty invited Gucci to a Dallas recording studio, acting like it was all about getting back to the music and rebuilding the brand. Gucci, believing his artist was ready to work and make some serious money, showed up with just a small security team. That was his first mistake, trusting someone whose name literally hints at being sneaky. The story goes that once Gucci arrived, things took a dark turn. Allegedly, Shiesty cornered him and pressured him into signing papers that would free him from his 1017 contract. It wasn't just business, it was intimidation mixed with desperation, according to the rumors flying around. And here's the wildest part. Sources say this wasn't even about getting free from the label. There were whispers that Yo Gotti's camp had already been preparing to offer Shiesty a massive deal with CMG, reportedly worth somewhere between $10 and $25 million, depending on who you ask. Federal-level abduction charges are no joke. They can carry a minimum of 20 years, and that's if nobody gets physically hurt. If weapons were involved, which some reports claim, it could even mean life behind bars. The feds don't take these kinds of cases lightly. But here's the real question. If that rumored footage exists, why hasn't anyone seen it yet? There could be a few reasons. Maybe federal agents already have the footage and are quietly building a case. Maybe the studio owners want to keep it under wraps to stay out of the spotlight. Or maybe, just maybe, someone's holding on to it as leverage to gain power or protection. When you look at what's already public, things start lining up in strange ways. Right after Shiesty was released, Gucci posted a warm welcome home message on Instagram, showing love, pride, and excitement about getting back to business together. The post was full of positive energy, but then suddenly, every trace of Shiesty vanished from Gucci's social media. Every photo, every mention, gone, without a trace. That kind of wipe doesn't happen by accident. It's a deliberate move that screams something's up. And then came Shiesty's new track, FDO, where he gives a shout out to Yo Gotti. Now, if you're under Gucci Mane's label, you don't show love to Yo Gotti. That's like wearing a rival team's jersey in enemy territory. It just doesn't happen unless something serious is shifted behind the scenes. The timing is too wild. Shiesty gets released, meets with Gucci, vanishes from his online presence, and suddenly drops a song praising Gucci's biggest rival. And now, here's where everything hits a whole new level of chaos. After that sudden fallout between Gucci and Shiesty, the industry started whispering about a silent war going on behind closed doors. Promoters, producers, and even artists began picking sides, some sticking with 1017 out of loyalty, others trying to cozy up to CMG for a piece of the new action. The tension was thick, and every move from either camp was being watched like a high-stakes chess game. What made things even crazier was how both sides started moving in coded ways online. Gucci began dropping cryptic posts, quotes about loyalty, betrayal, and snakes in the grass, without naming names, of course, but fans knew exactly who he was talking about. Meanwhile, Shiesty's crew started posting flashy pics and subtle captions hinting that they were leveling up, which only added more fuel to the rumors. Then the fans started digging, comparing old clips, studio tags, and even unreleased snippets, trying to piece together what really happened that night in Dallas. It felt like a full-on digital investigation, everybody trying to find that one clue that would confirm who crossed who. And while no official statements have been made, insiders keep saying the feds are watching everything unfold. This story has gone way beyond music. It's about power, trust, and the price of fame. When money, loyalty, and ego collide in a rap game, it never stays quiet for long. Let's break this down for a second. Gucci Mane has been through it all. Time away, personal battles, industry drama, and betrayals that could have broken anyone else. But he turned his whole life around, got clean, married the love of his life, and became a real businessman. He wasn't just chasing money anymore, he was giving back to the culture by helping young talent shine. The last thing anyone expected was for him to be betrayed by someone he treated like family. Now, people are starting to wonder, was Gotti actually connected to all this behind the scenes? Let's be real, Gotti's always moved smart. He's built CMG into a massive empire, with artists like Moneybagg Yo, 42 Dugg, and EST bringing in millions. Would he really risk all that to make a point or settle an old score with Gucci through Pooh Shiesty? The streets can't agree. Some folks say Gotti's too strategic to ever get involved in anything messy like that. Others believe the tension between him and Gucci runs so deep that he might have played a role indirectly, just to hit where it hurts. Either way, if Shiesty actually ends up signing with CMG after all these wild allegations, it's definitely gonna raise some eyebrows with investigators. Federal agents aren't naive. They're already watching both CMG and 1017 closely, especially after all the heat and controversy linked to both camps in the past. This whole situation is way bigger than just Gucci and Shiesty. It's about how fame, power, and money can twist loyalty in the industry. Some artists forget where they came from, turning their backs on the people who helped them rise, choosing money and fame over loyalty. But this situation hits differently because of the serious accusations tied to it. This isn't just about someone switching labels for a bigger check. It's about rumored threats and manipulation that cross a line most never come back from. The hip-hop community is keeping a close eye on all this because it affects the whole culture. If artists start thinking they can use fear or pressure to get out of contracts, what's next? Where does it stop? This isn't just about Pooh Shiesty's choices. It's about how fame and success can twist priorities and make people lose sight of who they really are. Gucci Mane saw a spark in a young Memphis kid and gave him the kind of platform most artists only dream of. He turned him into a star, opened doors, and gave him the chance to change his whole life. But instead of showing gratitude, Shiesty allegedly made moves that completely broke the trust between them.
And that's what makes this so disappointing, because it's bigger than just two artists.
It's about what message gets sent to the next generation. Are we saying loyalty doesn't matter anymore? That it's okay to turn on the people who believed in you if there's a bigger payday waiting? That handling business with threats instead of communication is acceptable? It's a sad reminder that all of this could have been avoided if loyalty and respect still meant something in the game. If Shiesty really wanted out of his deal, there were plenty of legit ways to make that happen. He could have gone through lawyers, handled negotiations, or worked out a buyout like any other professional artist. That's how real business is done in the industry. Artists renegotiate contracts all the time, especially once they blow up bigger than their first deal expected. But instead, according to the allegations, he might have taken things down a darker, more reckless path. He's accused of turning against someone who treated him like family, a man who gave him opportunity, mentorship, and a future in music. And to make it worse, he allegedly decided to link up with Gucci's biggest rival. Those are the kinds of choices that can't be reversed once they're made. Now, instead of stacking millions with CMG, he could be looking at serious time if the accusations turn out to be true. And the legacy? That's what hurts the most. Instead of being remembered as one of Memphis' standout stars, he could end up being remembered for a betrayal that shocked the whole industry. The question now is, what happens next? If that rumored footage really exists and it shows what people claim it does, Shiesty's career might not recover. Not now, not ever. Federal investigators take these kinds of cases extremely seriously. And in the music world, betrayal at this level doesn't get brushed off. For Gucci Mane, this has to cut deep, not just as a businessman, but as a person. He's built his name helping new artists rise. Waka Flocka Flame, Young Thug, Migos, the list goes on. This whole situation might make Gucci Mane think twice before signing any new artists, especially for Memphis. And for the hip-hop industry overall, it sends a dangerous message. If artists start believing they can use threats or pressure to get out of contracts or handle business problems, that's a slippery slope that could tear down the culture everyone works so hard to build. There are always consequences when loyalty gets broken. Gucci Mane has earned deep respect in Atlanta and across the entire South for decades. He's got connections, long-standing relationships, and a solid reputation that carries weight everywhere he goes. Even if Gucci doesn't react publicly, trust that this kind of betrayal won't be forgotten easily. The streets never ignore actions like that, and they have their own way of remembering who stood where. Shiesty might feel secure under CMG's wing right now, but respect isn't something that can be bought or traded, it's earned. Once people start seeing you as untrustworthy, that label sticks no matter where you go. And honestly, if he could allegedly turn on someone who put him on, what's to say it couldn't happen again later? It's hard to rebuild trust once it's shattered. I've been covering hip-hop for years and seen my fair share of wild drama. Artists clashing online, label disagreements, messy splits. But this situation hits different. It's bigger than gossip or clout. It's a wake-up call for the entire industry. Because of this, younger artists are gonna face tougher deals and more scrutiny. Labels will hesitate to take chances on newcomers, worried about loyalty. Established artists will start watching the people around them closer than ever before. So what do you think about Shiesty's alleged betrayal of Gucci Mane? Do you believe loyalty still holds weight in today's hip-hop world, or has the game turned into nothing but chasing the biggest payday? And if that rumored footage really exists, should it be made public or kept strictly in the hands of investigators? Let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts down below in the comments. I want to hear what you think. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, because this story is far from over. There are more twists and updates coming that could shake up the whole industry, and you know we're going to be here breaking it all down every step of the way. If you want more deep dives into the real stories behind hip-hop's biggest controversies, make sure to check out the other videos on screen. We keep it raw, real, and honest. No sugarcoating, no favoritism, just the truth as it unfolds. At the end of the day, this isn't just about fame or money. It's about loyalty, respect, and integrity. In this game, your word is everything. Money can come and go, success can fade overnight, but once your reputation takes a hit, there's almost no coming back from that. And to every young artist watching, learn from this situation. Success without loyalty is empty, and greed can ruin everything you've worked for.
Always remember who believed in you before the spotlight, because once you lose trust, no amount of money can buy it back. Stay focused, stay real, and protect your name. It's the only thing that lasts forever.